Hi there, welcome back. Welcome to Puppy Central. I have a few moments of reprieve. Hubby is on baby watch, so I get to come up here and unwind a little. So, if you follow me on Instagram, you've got to see the adorable fluff ball that has invaded our house, Little Miss Kirby. Came to me in a dream. She was actually, for a long time, Mabel. And then I had a dream that I named her after one of my happy places, which is the Kirby Church book sale. And I woke up and I said to my husband, we need to call her Kirby. And he was all in when he found out it's Irish. So Kirby it is. Even though she's a little girl, I think it's one of those names that can be either or. Anyhow, she's doing great. She's in fact, I think it's been 48 hours now, not one accident in the house. She's a smart little whip. Now, I know that can change. You can have one bad day with a puppy. I've done the puppy thing. So I'm counting my blessings while I can. So I'm going to do a little bit more work on Longfellow, poems by Longfellow. Again, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll already know about this. I found the owner, Bessie Jollo. In fact, Bessie and I might be neighbors someday. We will be neighbors someday because she's buried in the cemetery in town with her family. She had a very busy family here in our town. And for quite a while, our town had a Goodyear rubber factory here. And in her obituary, it said that she was a long-time valued employee for the Goodyear Rubber Factory. And her name was Bessie Maud Jollo. And she was a spinster. Apparently she and her sister, who was also a spinster, they lived together all their lives. And so I suspect, usually is the case with a spinster, there's usually a niece or a nephew that ends up having to take care of, the belongings and that afterwards. So who knows who this may have gone to and then gone to someone else. And it could be that by its 8th owner, it ended up in my little local thrift store. So hard to say, but she didn't have any children. But I just thought, obviously this journal's name needs to be Bessie Maud. I'm going to work on reinforcing this. It's in very sad shape. It's actually in very good shape considering it was made in 1893. I think what I'm going to do is something I've done before. Now, see, that's not a nice color. I'm thinking if I ink this, I'll get a nicer shade, because this is painted muslin. If I sneeze, I apologize. I feel like I might need to sneeze, but sometimes it just hits you out of the blue. So this is just gold craft paint on muslin, and I've also starched it so that it's got some oomph to it. Now I think I am going to do a couple of things today, and I'll explain to you my theory behind it as I do it. I don't want to make this too thick. Normally, if we were like sewing or that, I would fold it in half so that I've got a nice creased fold for one of the edges. But I don't want to make this too bulky, especially, me and my shoulders. I don't like bulky shoulders. So I want this to be one thickness, not double. So I am going to but I don't want it to start fraying. So what my plan is to use Fabri-Tac. Well, actually this is 3-in-1. I swear they're the same thing. I want to use it like a fabric, not sure what the word I'm looking for is. I want it to stabilize the fabric and lock those fibers together so that it will not fray. Yeah. I'm just getting some paper down here. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paint some 3-in-1 on the back. I'm going to let it dry. I'm going to cut it to the size I want. And then I'm going to use some ink and antique this a bit to tone down this color and help it to not look, because right now that's not matching. And if I can't get it to a shade I like, I'm going to have to come up with another plan of attack. So I'm just painting this on the back like this, nice and thin, so that however size I trim it to, there will be no fraying afterwards. Now you might be thinking, but Catherine, you're going to be gluing it down anyways. Won't that serve the same purpose? No, you know what? I have found sometimes that if you don't necessarily get the glue right out to the edge, you can still make it fray a bit, and then you've got glued down frays. We're going to try this. Like I said, this is an experiment. But from what I know of gluing fabric and what I know of what Fabri-Tac and 3-in-1 will do, I do think this is going to accomplish what I want. Fingers crossed. So just painting it on. I'm going to let it dry. Let's see. I think I see an area here. Maybe I should just glue it right on. It's not going... Sometimes I hesitate blobbing it right onto fabric because it can bleed right through. 3-in-1 and Fabri-Tac. But this, yeah, that's working. This fabric has already been painted with acrylic paint on the other side, so I'm not expecting it to bleed through with the 3-in-1. Let's see. Yeah, that's good. All right. And then I can still use 3-in-1 again to glue it to where I want it to go. Oh, that's what I'm looking for. So yeah, she's the new little tenant in the house. She's been doing pretty good. Her first night, she woke at 2:30 and went out for a little bathroom break out in the yard. I haven't seen 2:30 in our backyard, well, ever. And then last night she did better. She woke a couple of times, but she resettled herself. The whining and the whimpering didn't turn into all-out howling. So that was good. Now, I'm looking for ink over here. I think I want a dark ink. And I think I want Brad's. I'm wondering what color Brad's. These are my new ones that I got in Niagara Falls, New York. Now that gold really is quite a good match, but it just seems too nice to be... That's better. For an 1893 book. Okay, those are going to work. Although I wonder if I've got shorter ones. Mind you, it's going through that. I'm going to grab my shorter ones. You never know. We'll see. I have Oh no, I don't like that color. No, okay, not the shorter ones. Decision made. So, are you still, you're almost there, not quite. So what I will be doing is, it's going to go behind by about a 1/2 inch and then over by about 1/2 inch. And then I'm going to actually bring it right across here and make it look like a gold band across there and across the bottom to make it match. And then to, again, make it look purposeful, I'm going to use brads to hold it down. And I think it should look nice. I've done this before and I liked how it turned out. And then it made sure that the header and footer were really nice and strong. I'm still going to need to reinforce these hinges because it's almost a 3-piece book. I'm trying to decide whether to just trim that right off. And I think I am. There we go. Now that can stay. This end can stay. I'm going to simply just glue it down and it'll add to the strength. I didn't set my timer. My husband might be sorry that he stepped up for for childcare. Yeah, so she's at that stage where she's just like a tumbling fluff ball around the house. The last time I had a puppy, 1992. We've always, since then, the dogs were rescued. So they were adults, came to us as adults, which is very nice. And it's a nice thing in its own way because it, trying to decide how long I want it. Sometimes I find that it's easier to work with an adult dog that just needs a little bit of tweaking with their manners. I think I'm going to have to make that. Yeah, you know what? I just need 1 inch and 2 inches. Yeah. Yeah, that'll work. Sometimes it's easier just to work with an older dog that comes with a bit of maturity and calmness. That's already nice and straight because I've used it previously. And then you don't get the mouthy, bitey, teething stage, which is, we're well into the throes of the mouthy, biting, teething stage. There we go, 1. I got this nifty little cutting mat at, oh rats, now I can't remember. It was either Dollarama or Dollar Tree. Which of course isn't $1 anymore, but it's still a good deal. All right, so I've got 2 pieces. All right, so, oh, why did I put that away? I'm gonna have to trim these. Not sure. Oh, I've got to lift this so carefully. So if I go there, like that, and I think I just want it to come halfway. Pencil. goes to there and to there. I think I just want it to come to there. And there. Now, can I see where I can? Okay. I'm going to slide that over. I'm starting to get nervous picking it up and putting it down. All right. I'm just measuring them up so that they will be the same, the header and the footer. So yeah, she last night, a couple times in the night, a little bit whiny, a little whimpering, but settled herself back down. So that was nice. Now, who knows what tonight could be a whole new ball game. I remember the last time with Puppy, dealing with puppies. Just when you think, all right, this is good, we're on a roll, then you can just have a day that, oh boy, everything they thought was learned is just out the window. So, but you know what? The same could be said of me. All right. Now all this could be for naught. If I can't get this inked to a color that I like, I may have to rethink what I'm going to use there, and I may end up going with maybe choosing one of the shades that's in the cover. It's got some very pretty, it's got a nice dusty green, it's got sort of a camel colored brown, and of course sort of a dusty rosy pink. We'll see. Hopefully this works. You know me, I love gold. There we go. All right, so let's age this. So first I want that nice crisp edge darkened up. And then I wonder if I want some significant aging, because I wouldn't even mind if it just goes really considerably darker than it is. Now I think I will practice on the bottom first, so hopefully it will prepare me for whatever it is I need to do to get that top one to behave. Now, how far down does it need to come? I need to be able to cover up that crack. So it's got to come to there. Pencil. Just want them approximately the same. I hope you all had a good weekend. I hope you all got more sleep than we did. Don't get me wrong. Our lack of sleep is for a very good reason. Now I went and did that on the wrong side. You know what? I'm just going to have to do it. All right. I'm just going to have to do it. I just want to make sure that maybe I should do the top first. I want the bands to be the same thickness. Oh boy, this old girl. I'm thinking, if you're wondering, she's silent. And the hands aren't moving around chaotically. You know what I think? I think I need to first put in the spine liner. Yeah, liner. I think that's what I'm going to have to do first before I can even put this on. But look at that. I think that's going to work. I think I'm going to do the ink all over because that inked part goes very nicely with that shade. I don't know if you can see the inked part. I'm happy with. This yellowy part, not so happy with. Hold on while I go and get oh really? Come on. I'm looking for my pen. There it is. There it is. I'm going to get a file folder and we'll make a spine liner. Hold on. Okay, so you know what? I'm going to use this. It was out of some kind of binder that I found at a thrift store, but that's still good. That's a nice heaviness, nice weight. I guess that's the word I'm looking for. So we need I need the spine to be, hold on. Oh, I thought I hit things. I need to put this little sweetheart somewhere safe because I'm really going to just finally rip her apart by accident, and then I'll be very sad. These can go away. Well, this is I certainly didn't think out my plan of attack. Because I should have been doing this first. But the other's ready to go, and when this is ready, then I'll be good. It's actually, although you're watching this in the morning, it's actually later in the day, so what I can do is I'll get this ready and it can go, it'll set up for the night. Now I just want to take this off. I don't need that. And then I need to figure out how wide I want my spine liner. Alright, so it's a little curvy. I don't want to push my luck picking that cover up and down and up and down. It is going to fall apart on me. So I am going to do this to see how big I want this spine liner to be. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. There we go. I wonder how big that is. Let's see. It is 1.5 inches. Okay. That sounds about right. So 1.5 inch spine, 1/4 inch per signature means 6 signatures, but I like it uneven, so I always will bump it up one. So I will put 7 signatures in this book. There we go. That will get used on something else. So, I haven't done this on camera in a while. Here is my play on making a spine. And I'm trying to remember whether it was Clemmy or whether it was, oh, now I forget her name. I'm going to have to look and see. I watched a video a couple of years ago, and the junk journal artist in that video used a rolling pin, used pantyhose, used sort of a light cardstock file folder, or scrapbooking paper, good quality. But she used a little bit of water. She glued them together, used a bit of water, and used a bit of glycerin to get it to mold around the rolling pin. And I've just found that when you use either 3-in-1 or Fabri-Tac, so an acetone-based glue, if you glue your pieces together while and then strap them around that rolling pin while the glue is still drying, it will very much hold its shape beautifully, and it just couldn't be easier. And I've taken it off the rolling pin quite quickly before, but I do find I tend to find something else to do. I just get it wrapped and rolled and just leave it overnight. Have a little patience. So, rolling pin. I have several different size rolling pins. I have a big one for when I want less of a curve. Think about it, the smaller the diameter of your circle goes, the tighter your curve will be. So, and this has got, that doesn't show it here, that shows it better. This has got quite a good curve there. I'm going to err on the side of using this size. I don't know what size it is. I'm just eyeballing things. Because I can always relax it a bit with my fingers afterwards if I find that I've made it too curvy. So I usually elastic the top, elastic the bottom, then I make sure that it's parallel on the rolling pin. See how that's twisted? That would come out like a candy cane and your book would be twisted. And then you just start pushing it down and getting it to like its new shape. And then, while it's wet, so that glue is still, you can feel it, it's cold. It's the acetone is evaporating. I sneak one end of the pantyhose underneath. Your pantyhose will last forever. Sometimes I find I do have to stretch it back out that way. And then you're just going to wrap it around so that every single edge of both sides has got a good amount of pressure from the pantyhose. See? All the way down. And see what I mean? It's nicer if you can spread that out and pull it taut. The pantyhose, oh, I think I hit my tripod. Sorry if you're jiggling. And just check a couple times. Make sure it hasn't slid while you were wrapping. The pantyhose not only holds it flush to the doweling or rolling pin or whatever it is you're using. I've used Pringles cans. It also, I find, because it's just so thin, it allows your glue to finish drying. There we go. So I just do that. And then I'm just going to recheck this part and make sure that it's fully wrapped. Like that. And there we go. So that will be our curved spine to go into Bessie Maud. Probably the next time we get together, which hopefully won't be too long away, because I don't know what to say. the little person, the lovable tyrant who has moved into our house, could have other plans for me. Now, where did I put Bessie's dedication? Oh my goodness, I've got it under the ink pad. Catherine, there we go. So we'll have to do something nice with that to put back into the book. There's some cool poems in here. The Wreck of the Hesperer is in here. It's got a very dismal illustration with the wreck of the Hesperus. The Wreck of the Hesperus. Cool poem. Anyhow, there we go. So, Bessie Maud, you get to relax for the rest of the day while we wait for your new spine. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, and fingers crossed that we'll be getting together very soon. And if not, you'll know by the little bite marks on my ankles and hands. And take care. Bye.